The second you start begging for respect, you've already lost it. Full stop. No takebacks. No, but I earned this excuses that let you dodge the fact you just handed every person in the room a map to push you around whenever they want. You think respect is something you get by working harder, being nicer, or doing more favors for people. You're dead wrong. Respect isn't a reward for good behavior. It's a side effect of how you show up when no one is watching, and how you refuse to shrink when people are. Let's break down the 5 unspoken rules that make people respect you without you ever having to ask for it. Rule 1. Stop broadcasting your wins. You've done the humble brag dance before. You land a raise, and instead of saying thanks when a coworker congratulates you, you launch into a 10-minute story about 80-hour work weeks, missed birthdays, and your cat not recognizing you when you get home. You think you're being relatable. You're not. You're begging for validation. And validation is the exact opposite of respect. People don't respect the person who needs everyone to clap for their wins. They respect the person who wins, says thank you, and gets back to work. The quiet competence doesn't need an audience. The louder you yell about your achievements, the more people assume you're overcompensating for something you're missing. Wait, that's not even the worst part of humble bragging. The less you talk about your wins, the more people bring them up for you. That's the difference between begging for attention and earning it. Rule 2. Say no more than you say yes. You think being the yes person makes you likable. It doesn't. It makes you a doormat. Every time you say yes to a favor you don't have time for, a request that crosses your boundaries, or a plan you don't want to attend, you're teaching people that your time, your energy, and your needs don't matter. And if you don't treat your own needs as important, no one else will either. Respect isn't about being rude. It's about being clear. A polite no is worth 1,000 half-hearted yes that leave you resentful. People don't respect the person who bends over backward to please everyone. They respect the person who knows they're worth enough to turn down requests that don't align with their priorities. But here's the strange part. The more comfortable you get saying no, the easier it gets. The second you stop making yourself available to everyone, people start treating your time like the limited resource it actually is. Rule 3. Stop trying to be liked. This is the one that stings the most, because we're all wired to crave social approval. Our brains release a hit of dopamine every time someone laughs at our joke, likes our post, or tells us we're great. That dopamine hit is a trap. The more you chase being liked, the more you'll bend your values, your opinions, and your personality to fit whatever the room wants. And people can smell that a mile off. No one respects a people pleaser. They might like you, but they'll never take you seriously. Respect comes from consistency. It comes from sticking to your values even when it's unpopular. Even when people call you difficult. Even when it would be easier to just go along with the crowd. The people you're trying to impress don't respect you for agreeing with them. They respect you for having the guts to disagree when it matters. Rule 4. Stop over-explaining yourself. You've done this too. You turn down an invite and instead of saying, "I can't make it," you launch into a 5-minute story about how you have to finish a project. Your mom is coming over, your dog has a vet appointment, and you haven't slept in 3 days. You think you're being polite. You're not. You're signaling that you don't think your no is good enough on its own. The more you justify your choices, the more people assume you're lying or that you're unsure of yourself. Confident people don't owe anyone an explanation for their choices. If you don't need to explain why you're turning down a request, you don't need to explain it. The shorter your explanation, the more weight it carries. A one-sentence no is infinitely more respected than a 5-minute apology for not being available. Rule 5. Stop waiting for permission to take up space. This is the one that holds the most people back, especially if you've spent your whole life being told to be quiet, be polite, don't make a scene. You shrink yourself in meetings, you let people talk over you, you laugh at jokes that aren't funny just to keep the peace, you hide your opinions because you're scared people will think you're too much. And guess what? They do. Because you're teaching them that you don't think you're worth listening to. Respect isn't given, it's taken. Not in an aggressive way, but in a quiet, unapologetic way. When you stop shrinking, when you stop apologizing for having opinions, for taking up room, for being exactly who you are, people stop seeing you as someone they can push around. They start seeing you as someone worth listening to. Here's the hard truth no one wants to admit. Most of the people you're trying to win respect from don't actually deserve your energy anyway. The people who matter will respect you for being real, not for being perfect. The second you stop performing for other people, the second you stop begging for validation, the second you stop shrinking to make others comfortable, that's the second respect starts flowing to you without you ever having to ask for it. If you want to stop wasting your life on people who will never see your worth, hit subscribe to Cairo. The quiet ones are always the ones who win in the end.